Hey, what's up, guys? I've got something a little bit different for you guys today. And starting today, I'm going to be doing a new series, and this one is solely going to be based off of shot placement on all animal species. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to start off on Rancho, and we're going to go through all of the maps, and I'm going to show you guys exactly where to aim for different angles. To hit vitals on all species on all maps. But starting off, we're going to start off with Rancho, and I'm going to change the time to Bobcat Drink Zone because, well, I'm not going to do like the rabbits and the turkeys because they die immediately no matter where you hit them as long as you're using the right caliber. So basically, I'm going to start off with Bobcats, and then we'll go on to Coyotes, and so forward. I mean, I don't know what my English was right there. After Coyotes and Bobcats, we'll move up to the upper classes. So let's go ahead and get into it. But first, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and drop a like on the video. Comment something down below if, say, you have a better idea or like a better way of me going about this. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so before we get into it, I want to also mention what my loadout is. I'm going to be using the M1 243, and I'll also bring the 22, and also bring a shotgun, which, of course, if you're using a shotgun, it doesn't really matter what type of shotgun it is. Either way, they can all shoot Class 1 animals, so I just figured I'd tell you that's what I use for this map, and that's what we're going to use to hunt the species on this map today, so okay, so the first gun that we're going to be using, obviously, is the 243, and you have to be really careful with this gun because the bullet drop for this gun is actually pretty bad, so you have to be really careful and make sure that you do not take any quartered shots because the penetration is not that great. And I'll show you here in just a second on a Bobcat on exactly where to aim for frontal and a broadside shot. Okay, so we have a Bobcat out here, perfectly broadside at my zeroing range. So I'm going to show you guys exactly where to aim once he stands up here. And there you go. And I guess there was another one there, which I didn't even see that one. Maybe he'll pop up there. Okay, guess not. But you just want to aim slightly behind the shoulder and in the middle. And like I said, make sure that your zeroing range is on par. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys, you can also go for a frontal shot on the Bobcats with the 243. The penetration does not take that much, but you still want to make sure that you are lined up almost perfectly. Of course, you can see with his back leg, he's not perfectly lined up, but it's enough. But whenever he sits up, you want to make sure that his head is turned, so that way you're not getting into his neck. And that right there will take him down. It wasn't a heart shot, but it was a lung, so. Okay, so the next animal that we're going to be going for is the Bighorn Sheep, and I'm going to be showing you guys just how easy it is to get these guys down with this gun. Honestly, this gun takes almost anything down, but with the Bighorn Sheep, you can take the broadside shot just like this one, and you can also take a frontal shot if you aim pretty much dead center, as long as you're zeroing up and down is good, but I'm going to go ahead and shoot this one. And we got that one down too. So that just shows you that you can take both of those shots. You can also, I forgot to mention, you can also shoot them while they were quartered facing you, like through the shoulder blade into the lung as well. Okay, so the next animal is going to be the Whitetailed Deer, and obviously you can take the broadside shot just like any other animal, but you can also take frontal, like quartered shots like this, and you'll be just fine. I don't know what that was right there. I think I hit the rock or something. But as you can see, through the shoulder blade, it went down and got a lung. So another shot that you can take on whitetail is you can either shoot them in the heart, which if you're going to heart shot them, you have to make sure that you're aiming low and center. Because their heart actually does sit pretty low, just like a moose or most other species, their heart sits pretty low. However, if they're really far out, that is not practical at all. You want to go for a lung shot if they're facing you. Now, the way you can do this, and say, like, if you can't penetrate through it or whatever. I'm using the M1, so it can do pretty much anything, but you can shoot them with their head down like this, and you can actually get into a lung perfectly, just like that. Okay, so the next animal I'm going to be showing you guys how to have good shot placement on is the mule deer. Now, you want to be using the M1 for this one as well, or the 30-06, 303 British, any of those which suit you the most. You can take broadside shots on them with no issue. You can shoot them at a quartered angle, like I had showed you in the previous clips with the whitetail deer. Or if you're feeling testy or whatever, you can go for a heart shot, and it's pretty much the same placement as on a whitetail, but it's tougher. They are a bigger deer, higher class, so they're a little bit tougher to get through. So if I were you, I'd just go for broadside shots, and I would go for quartered shots. If they're laying down, just like this deer here is here, you want to use the 22 to get them to stand up, and you want to get them to turn just like this. I don't know what that bullet registration was, but yeah, that's what you want to do. And also, I know it looked like I hit high there, but I had my zeroing on 82, so the bullet dropped and got into the lungs. Okay, so the next species that we got here is the collared peccary. Of course, I'm over here at this lake, and there's actually collared peccary all the way around it. But I had to sneak up into the, so that way we didn't scare them all. But here I'm going to show you exactly where to aim with these guys. So pretty much, man, this actually even looks pretty good even without the night vision. That's pretty surprising. Anyways, you want to aim right behind the front shoulder, but you can also take quartered or slightly quartered frontal shots. I wouldn't recommend going for heart because of just how much flesh there is there. So we'll go ahead and take a couple of these guys out. So that just shows you that both of these went down no problem. Okay, so the next species and the last species that we have is the coyote. Now for them, I recommend that you just take the regular broadside shot if you can. But if you must, you can take a full-on frontal if you aim in the dead center area in the chest, because their heart is basically right in the middle. But if they're quartered, I don't recommend it because it's a very hard shot to hit, and you could easily not get the penetration through the shoulder blade. Now this guy's about 300 out, so I want to aim a little bit low so that way my bullet goes up just a hair instead of having to compensate for it being too high. And I just realized I used the wrong gun, but you want to aim pretty much as the same way as the Bobcats, except the Bobcats you can get away with frontals a little bit easier. Okay guys, well that pretty much covers all the species on this map that you need to know about besides turkeys, pheasants, and the rabbits, because they are basically all one-tap kills. So make sure to sub to the channel and turn on notifications. I'll see you guys in the next one.